Hey guys, thanks for stopping by. So I just wanted to give you guys my thoughts about the whole deal with Disney buying Fox. Now, Disney just spent the whole whopping, I think it's like $52.4 billion to buy Fox assets, which long story short means that our favorite mutants, the X-Men, and other favorites like the Fantastic Four will finally be coming back to Disney and possibly, most likely, the MCU. Now, when the X-Men films first came out, I was a huge fan of them. I'm a huge X-Men fan. And essentially, the X-Men films revitalized the superhero genre for audiences everywhere. Now, the X-Men films go all the way back to 2000 when the first X-Men film came out, and it was such a huge success. And then came X2, and then after that point, the X-Men films slowly began to die and fall behind all the other superhero films. The X-Men film franchise suffered for a lot of reasons. One, because horrible storytelling, horrible character development, an over-reliance on actors carrying the films, and just poor character development. Now, one of the things that I always had a problem with the X-Men films was how much they focused on Wolverine and only really told his story. They didn't really care about going into the other characters and their story arcs, and they all fell to the wayside, and it was seriously all a bunch of Wolverine movies with the X-Men like having little cameos. Don't believe me? Check this out. Let's take Cyclops for example. Team leader, tossed aside for Wolverine, killed pointlessly for a bad story, back to life with Jean, introduced as a kid, killed, Storm. Bad accent, no accent, doesn't care if her teammates die, she dies, brought back to life, bad accent again, killed, Jean Grey. Powers developing, finally the Phoenix, ruined the best comic book storyline ever! Wolverine validation, brought back to life, baby Phoenix dies. And now we're gonna get her in X-Men Dark Phoenix, and I wanna hope that it's gonna be a good film, but I've been let down so much by Fox already in X-Men films that I'm really not counting on it being good. And now that we know that Disney has bought Fox, does this film even matter? Because we know they're going to reset it. They're going to reboot all the characters, as they should, because the timeline of the X-Men films is up. Now, Disney getting back the X-Men characters and possibly putting them back in the MCU, I'm mostly happy about this. I think with Disney, they'll finally reboot it, give us some fresh faces, and just a clean slate, which is desperately needed to continue these X-Men films. And so I'm really excited to see them in the MCU and just finally get away from the Hugh Jackman and the Jennifer Lawrences and the Michael Fassbenders and just bring back new faces, new actors, and finally give us the X-Men films that we are so desperately wanting to see and actually give them their costumes. Now, do I think there's some downsides from Disney getting back the X-Men characters? Just a little. One of the things I'm really gonna be sad about is the fact that the R-rated films that Fox was finally doing were kind of on the road to finally being good superhero films. The films like Deadpool and Logan were really good, really well done. I don't care so much about seeing more R-rated films about Wolverine. I've had enough of Wolverine, and I think most people have too. Deadpool, I do think there was a place for that, and I think there still is. But I'd rather sacrifice Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool if it means just clean slating all the actors and rebooting them with new actors and new faces to put them in the MCU. Sorry, Ryan. Another thing is, the Disney Marvel films are sometimes too family friendly, even for me sometimes. In all the films, it's very apocalyptic kind of stakes, yet, you know, these superheroes are hardly injured, you don't see any real blood, so it's a little too child friendly, and I don't think they always have to be, so hopefully they kind of like mature them a little bit. And most people give slack to the MCU films because they think they're a bit formulaic, and I get that, and I actually see it too. But I do think that Disney will make way better X-Men films than Fox had. Fox has had the X-Men films forever, and they basically ran that franchise to the ground. So even if it's formulaic, I think they'll be better films than what we've seen already. But the biggest disappointment about this, and it makes me happy, but at the same time really sad, I just really wish that Disney was quicker about getting the X-Men film franchises back. Because now we're gonna have another X-Men Dark Phoenix that's gonna be completely wasted. This is one of the best comic book storylines ever, and now we're gonna have another X-Men Dark Phoenix, but it doesn't even really matter because they're gonna reboot it, which makes me happy, but at the end of the day also really sad because I just really want a good Phoenix movie, and I hope I'm still alive when Disney finally rolls around in the MCU and brings back the Phoenix in there, because I think finally then we would get the X-Men Phoenix film that we've always wanted, that I've always wanted, one day. Anyways, those are my thoughts about Disney getting back X-Men. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you later.